celebrating the World Day of Peace. And I would like to mark this day by beginning to call on you to just take a moment, just a few seconds, to remember a great man, a great son of Africa, Kafarhire, who worked tirelessly to foster the consciousness about peace in the world community, and who passed away a few weeks ago. Peace might be something which to many Africans has lost its meaning, given the everyday situation that they face, the challenges that they confront. Peace seems to be a dream, a faraway dream that is not realized. We have many cases of wars, tensions, armed conflicts, rapes. And a few years ago, the Pope was even calling on the human consciousness about human trafficking and modern slavery. So all of these challenges we still face on a daily basis on the African continent. On this day of peace, I would like to call mostly on the African leadership to be emulated by the example of Kafarhire, whom I just evoked a few minutes ago, and to know that peace is the responsibility primarily of those who have been entrusted with power and authority. And from that, I want to say that peace actually calls for a conversion of attitude, conversion of heart. It is the moment we begin to believe in peace as a community, as human beings, that we can also begin to work towards establishing, making it a reality for all. The second aspect of the message I would like to send is for the youth on the African continent. Peace will be possible if all the youth and everyone else gets involved in believing, in making peace a reality for the African continent. And how do we do that if we do not look around ourselves and see that most of the institutions that we have can still carry seeds of violence? So for me, it is how we raise our children, how we establish our education systems, what is the content of the education that we are bringing to the people that will make peace tomorrow, not even tomorrow, today already, a reality. So I want us to begin by looking at how we can also bring that level of conversion, not only to personal habits, but also to the institutions that we run. And I am glad to be working and to be speaking on behalf of this institution, the Jesuits in the African continent, the HIPSIR Institute of Peace Studies and International Relations, where we come to begin to study in order to understand the root causes of violence, conflict, and to work to form, to train, to prepare a generation of peacemakers. It is critical that we understand how our institutions need to be just to create a culture of peace. By that, what do I mean? I mean it is time that we develop habits, if you will, and the institutions are usually there to help us create and develop those habits of heart. And habits of heart here in this situation, in this case specifically, will be concerned with establishing peace. So to me, the message I want our leaders out there, our youth, and the rest of the African continent to get is to come to an agreement that really every single human being has an inviolability of rights, of dignity, that maybe to put it in words that a great scholar has said, and here I am using John Rawls' theory of justice, that dignity is grounded in justice, that even the welfare of the whole society cannot override. So peace is that critical, but there can be peace only when we begin to work toward just societies. How do we view others? How do we respect their rights? How do we protect their, inalienability of dignity? Which brings me maybe to my third point for this message, especially on this year 2018. The message is that as Jesuits, as Christians, our message has to find its roots in the gospel. Jesus is very clear about, peace. If you remember correctly, among the Beatitudes, which is, I would say, the program of Jesus' ministry, preaching the good gospel, the good news of the Lord, he says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." So to just begin to look at each and every single human being as a child of God, as a son and as a daughter of God, that is the path toward achieving peace. And if you will remember also, the very first message of the risen Lord Jesus is, "Peace be with you." I want to leave us with that message, that we will look at peace from a different perspective, not only as the absence of wars or conflicts, but as that profound attitude which transforms our awareness, our consciousness, so much that in everything we do, in every commitment we make, in every decision, whether political or social or at any level cultural, that we all be the instruments of peace. And that way we will have fulfilled, I hope, the dream of Christ, but also the hopes for which God created humanity. Thank you very much. Peace be with you.